Sports time now, and we head over to the sports studio and say good evening to Mark Seal. Mark, what's the big story tonight?
Well, very good evening. I can tell you that all 25 Windies players selected for the England tour have been tested for COVID-19. CWI is now waiting for the test results to come back from Miami, which are expected within the next 48 hours. Anyone who tests positive for the virus will almost certainly not take the charter flight that is set to leave on June 8th from Antigua. Meanwhile, concerns about their families are understood to be the primary reasons behind Darren Bravo, Shimron Hetmeyer and Kimo Paul declining to be part of the tour. Now, Barbados fast bowler Shamar Holder is one of the two new faces selected to represent the Windies in England this summer. The former Windies under-19 and 18 player who captured 35 wickets in the curtailed 2020 regional first-class tournament told Cricket West Indies media that he had to work hard this season to iron out a few chinks in the armour.
I had a few flaws the first couple of seasons I played, so I just work on them, and then it fall in place in the games, and it just went from there game after game.
I know you're here practicing with some of your future teammates, really. What do you see happening in England?
Well, I don't know right now, but hopefully everything goes well. We have a good tour and we come out successful in the end.
Holder added that despite it being challenging to operate with many restrictions due to COVID-19, he's hoping that the team can use the opportunity to gel together as a unit as quickly as possible.
I guess he wants to be born, because it's kind of a lot of things you can't do, that different, but I guess once we stay focused and be born well and I don't want to get frustrated, but do the right things, I think we will be good to go.
Now, playing against England on their home soil is always going to be challenging. The last time West Indies toured the UK was back in 2017, and after a poor first test, the Windies bounced back in the second, before surrendering the series 3-1.
We head back over to the sports studio now and welcome back. Mark, what do you have for us in the second half?
Well, I was telling you about the England captain Joe Root. Well, he's likely to miss the first test against the West Indies in Southampton, and if so, possibly the entire series. Root has announced that he would miss a test match to be at the birth of his second child, and it could get even more complicated, seeing that the games will be played in biosecure environments, which calls into question player movement. Root said the situation is currently being discussed with the medical team. Vice captain Ben Stokes will step in if Root is not available. Root's baby is due the first week of July, with the first test to run from July 8th to 12th at the Ageas Bowl in Southampton. The last two test matches are being played at Old Trafford from July 16th to 20th, and then from July 24th to 28th for the second test. The National Sports Council has launched its online coaching program, Get Fit at Home. The program will see coaches from the council in tutorials on the basics of the 19 disciplines offered by the NSC. CBC's Anne-Marie Burke tells us more.
The National Sports Council has taken its coaching program online, and the discipline of cricket got the ball rolling.
Under normal circumstances, players from over 60 primary schools would have been hard at practice, looking forward to dethrone defending champions Bailey's Primary whenever the Herman Griffith Primary School's cricket competition actually starts. Unfortunately, we've been unable to have these sessions on the playing field, and therefore the coaches at the National Sports Council have come together, and they have put together some coaching sessions online. Looking forward to whenever the Empire calls play.
Hello boys and girls, my name is Shirley Clark, and today we're going to be practicing the straight drive. Ball, and finally the one hit the ball with the full face to the back, like this.
This is one of the many online sessions that has been rolled out by the National Sports Council as they seek to keep sports alive in these restrictive times, especially for our island's children. With schools still out of session, the initiative was launched on the online platforms of Facebook and Instagram. And while targeting the younger generation, it can also serve to improve the game of sportsmen and women at all levels. And so far, it has covered a number of disciplines.
The National Sports Council coaches do a lot of their work in primary and secondary schools. So since those children are indoors, we decided to do some online tutorials for them in various disciplines, including road tennis, badminton, track and field, basketball, netball, swimming, even boxing, and a myriad of other sports. The coaches have been doing an excellent job adapting to what we're all calling the new normal. That's in embracing the digital side of things, including teaching, is causing us to get more creative.
With the mandate of developing sports at the national level, within the coming weeks, a community program will be launched, and the council is ensuring that all activities conducted are done so under the guidance of the Ministry of Health and its key players, especially given the possible impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic and what it can have on sports and its operations here on the island. Anne-Marie Burke, CBC Sports.